Hello, everyone. My name is Nyesom Obaseki. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. We are back again with our regular political discussion on Nebo TV, and today we have Austin Osawaru with us. And we received a news this morning saying that Governor Obaseki visited Wike, the governor of Rivers State. So I don't know what is going on right now. There's no official news saying that Governor Obaseki has already decamped to PDP. But we saw him in the midst of some PDP members. Austin, what do you think about that? What do you think is going
Eh,
on right now? Because it's taking a little bit of a time for the governor to address his followers.
whatever whoever the governor he sees with, or whatever the governor choose to do, or
Mm,
whatever steps he choose to take,
mm,
is very, very good for him. And we, a lot of Edo people, I as me per person, welcome him, and I'll be so glad with him. He cannot just chicken out and allow the short man who believe in lawlessness, who do believe in getting things by force, to just have his way.
mm,
Whatever party he choose to come out in,
mm,
I in person and a lot of Edo people that I know will totally be with him. And I will so see, I will even love him to even run on the platform of another political party. Because I've seen for a very long time now. If you look at what is going on in Nigeria,
mm,
it is difficult for any party, any APC ruling state to really kick against the inflows of the Fulani herdsmen into their states,
mm,
or even them taking any steps against what the presidency,
mm,
the plan or the agenda of the presidency. You can see from the body language,
mm,
where they allow the mass of Fulani input into our country, spreading around all the states and all that, doing all sort of nonsense, and nobody to hold them accountable, nobody to ask them anything. If you see in a state like River State,
mm,
you see a state like River State now, Governor Wike has a lot of force, and he has been able to hold his ground against these people. Is it or your state where you have Governor Mark in there, and on the most of the PDP states and all that have been able to hold their own when it comes to doing it, because they had the chief security officer of the state. But a lot of these things were done where a lot of them were trying to make Governor Obaseki take a lot of steps or do a lot of things long ago. But he did not just take the step because he knows what they had, the plan that they have on ground. They've not been able to use anything against him. That's the reason why they just came through this issue of this qualification and all that. But
yes.
with what the governor has been able to do so far, where him just been quiet, being silent, but I love everything about his body language. I love the way he's going about it. But if he choose to run under the platform of the People Democratic Party, the PDP, I will be so happy with it, because let the entire South Side become PDP. So we as a force can form our own security network, and we can as a force can begin to think of how to deliver ourselves from the hand of this so-called Fulani herdsmen, and then we on our own can be able to think of how to be able to do something about this high level of godfatherism, who the former governor Shomole came and told everybody that he was going to kill. Let we as a people decide now, come together to now put a final nail on the coffee of the Godfather, the monster who said he fought Godfatherism, where he not just only became a Godfather, he also became a devil and a monster. So now we need to send him totally packing from Edo State, because if he loses state, I
Mm,
don't see anything about him being relevant at the national level, even as a party chairman. What will be the use of a party chairman, a national party chairman, who his state is not even being governed by his party? That's what me and some of the people that are very, very close to me, that I've been able to mobilize, are saying we must stand together as a force and totally reject this high-handedness of Oshomole, this heartlessness and this evilness of Oshomole. We must stand as a force to say no. The talks in Edo State cannot return back to the streets where they abuse our mothers in the market, our sisters, our brothers, and all that, where a lot of people were even abused in the streets. I saw a lot of people who just go to the farm, get whatever they want to get, and they come out to sell. I saw how, with my two eyes, I saw how talks used to oppress them in Benin. These things are no longer are no longer there. These are history. I know how it was before, when before you can even acquire a land for building in
Yes.
Edo, how it used to be. I know how it used to be, but today it is so easy for you to get a land and even get a C of hold with just less than with just a minimum of 50,000 naira. You will
Yes.
get your C of hold. Unlike before, when it used to be. If you look for the past 3 years and a half now, there is no longer what we call this community crisis, where a lot of things. I was a journalist. I worked with the crime watch with my boss, Festus Aleke, for a very long time, for over many years. I knew a lot of things we used to cover in community crisis and all that. How people were killed, how houses were burned, just because we have youths who had no business at all in who they are not even useful to themselves, all of their community. Who they just think that they're going into community, they could do community project, they could do a lot of those things about community, they can become community chairman, CD and all that on whatever thing they believe in. Just because they are cultists or because they are tout or they believe that they have monopoly of power, or they can forcefully get anything where they can get. They were fighting, doing all sorts of things. They can even sell a land to one person today. In next 2 months or next 3 months, even 6 months time, they will sell that land to another person. I know how many persons that have lost their lives through this issue of this community crisis. But this thing is no longer like that again.
Oh, yeah.
Everything now is now free. If you get your land and get a C of hold, even if you choose to lay foundation on the land, you choose to build or choose to do anything, with you having a C of hold for it, nobody dare go and temper on your land. Whoever temper on your land, the person is just doing it on his
Exactly.
own. Those
Austin.
things are no longer there.
Yes, Austin. The main topic today about Wiki. Do you think Wiki will assist Governor Obaseki during this turbulent time? I would say difficult times.
It's not just only Governor Wike. PDP as a political party
Mm.
will be very, very happy for somebody like Godwin Obaseki to come and join them. And with the likes of Governor Okowa and the entire South, which PDP, apart from Edo State, the entire South is PDP. I
That's what they
know
said.
that they
Yes.
will be so happy to totally claim the entire South. They will come together as a force to totally claim the entire South. Because if you look at it, so will it not why would they not be happy having a sitting governor joining them? Where the entire South will become, where they can sit together, the oil producing South, where they can sit together and begin to make the decision on their own. That will even ease a lot of things for them. Where they want to take decision or think of how to do anything, they can now come together, the entire South, and form even a security network. It's a lot. You will see. Obaseki joining PDP. We do PDP a more favor than even him as a person.
Mm. Mm.
You know why? Because
Okay.
now the PDP is going to claim another state to the state that they already have. And what if they really want to really work, PDP, now a lot of them should put aside a lot of their personal interests. Let them work in the interest of not just only the party, let them work in the interest of the Edo people. If they can do this will go a long way in them registering their that name PDP in the heart of so many Edo people. Because before now, for a very long time now, that name PDP has been a name where a lot of people are painted black before, especially we Edo people, because of what they said the former governor Lucky Igbenedion did. So because of that, people really do not have a lot of belief in the political party called PDP. But having somebody who is not just only educated, somebody who is productive,
Yes.
somebody who has been tested and trusted,
Highly,
joining them as a
highly,
sitting governor,
highly experienced man. Highly
somebody
experienced.
who has been able to manage things, somebody who knows what to do, somebody who is marketable.
Yes.
See, this Obaseki is a movement. Is not just anybody. The name Obaseki
Has
and his
become
deputy,
has
the
become
two
a
of them are
movement.
a team.
Mm.
That has become a movement.
Movement.
They've already created a brand for
Mm.
themselves, which has to do with integrity,
Uh,
productivity,
see.
and totally wiping out what they call thugs from the streets of
Mm.
Benin City,
Mm.
from the entire Edo state, and that's what a lot of Edo people are clamoring for. This is what we've been clamoring for a very long, long time. Unlike the 8 years of the former governor, which where talks were all over the streets, where even somebody who has never worked anywhere without no safety case celebrated 1 billion naira that he had that wasn't a property, that was what he had in his bank. If you see a lot of people celebrating since a lot of these things has been going on, where they say they disqualify him, a lot of them are talks. A lot of them are people who have been in politics their entire life. People who has never worked anywhere in their entire life. But they are the ones celebrating because they are happy that they want to get the those treasury back again. That they can do anything again. They want to have the freedom to do anything again with our money. That's why they are all jubilating. Then this is what has been there for a very long time. We need to come together as a people. They have been starved for about 3 years plus now. Now we need to starve them to death. We need to starve them to death. Let us totally starve them and let them totally death. Because I can't imagine why people who said they went to school, who say they are lawyers, even a former attorney general, he said he's a law, he said he's a barrister. He has been a local government chairman. He has been a commissioner. He has been an attorney general of a state, our Edo state, and he has been in politics since 1999. And he has been part of the successive government since 1999. With everything he has stolen, when he has not done anything in the entire in the entire state, he is still not satisfied. Or is it the short man from Wonder who was there for 16 good years, 8 years in House of Assembly, and those state House of Assembly, 8 years in House of Rep, Mr. Only Me, he is still not satisfied. And when you ask all of them, what has been their legacy from all these years they've been there? Nothing. Which again, is it the 1 billion naira man? No certificate, never worked anywhere. It's not useful to the society, it's not useful to the community, it's not useful to even himself as a person. What they believe in is illegality, forcefully getting things from the people, abusing the people, doing things anyhow. Are those the kind of people we want to count on? Or is he even our former governor Oshomole, who you cannot hold by his word? A man who is not trustworthy, a man who plugged Edo State into debt. As we speak today, apart from Lagos State, Edo State is the second most indebted state in the entire Nigeria. The lucky that they all said that stole never plugged Edo State into that debt. But a man that they are clapping for said he worked, plugged Edo State into debt, that apart from Lagos State to the Edo State, the second most indebted state in the whole of Nigeria.
Austin, could you believe that many people are not aware of what you are saying now, except those who are well grounded in the politics of the state? Some people are not aware of it, that this man is the person that borrowed so much money during his tenure. And right now, Governor Obaseki is trying to pay those money back. And moreover, this man is managing the country, the state, I mean. This man is managing the state in a way that the state, mostly the workers, okay, he ensured that pensioners are being paid, okay, workers, teachers. We have the history in Nigeria that teachers, sometimes for months, they won't receive salary. But today, all teachers are being paid in the state. Okay. Before Oshomole left those states, they said teachers, pensioners, they were not getting money from the government. But today, these people, they are well paid, even though this lockdown, that people are all at home because of the lockdown. They said Governor Obaseki made sure that he continued to pay all workers. He continued to pay all workers. That is a good governance. That is a great governance that we want in those states.
The truth is that our people are never informed and they are never aware of anything that is going on.
They don't know.
I'm more pained that even with everything going on, you see people who are youths of the state who are supposed to be fighting of how to rescue their future and the future of their unborn children. They are the one coming, clapping and celebrating this evil of the greedy people, where some people think that the interest of the selected few of a political party should supersede the interest of the large majority of the Edo people. people who voted for a governor to serve their interests and not for the governor to serve the interest of the party. Have you observed that every one of them coming out now to say the governor is this, none of them has been able to say that the governor hasn't done well? Have you watched all their interview? None of them has been able to come out to tell us that the governor hasn't done well or what they expected from the governor to do for the Edo people that he
This
did not do.
the only complaint, because I interviewed some of Yamu's supporters. The only thing they complained about is that they are not able to access the governor, like calling the governor, visiting him in the government's house, and immediately he became the governor of Edo State. He shut the door against certain politicians. That
Let's ask ourselves.
that's the only
Let's
complaint about
the only complaint.
yes.
I heard, I saw the former Attorney General of Edo State, Idaagbon, said it on camera, and the video is all over everywhere, where he said they want a politician who will know them, that when they come to the government, I will be able to call them, hey, you, now you be this. And he made a statement that if Obaseki win again for another 4 years, that a lot of them are going to be retired, a lot of them things are going to happen to this, are going to be. I started laughing. That's to tell you the agenda. Their main interest is not the Edo people. Their interest is just there because they don't have anything. They are not useful to themselves. Apart from politics, they cannot live anywhere. Let's be very sincere with ourselves. You don't take an oath to become a member of a political party or to run in any for any office. You don't take an oath for in your political party. You only you when you are elected into an office, you only take an oath of office to serve the interest of the people,
People.
especially as a governor. The oath of office is number one, to protect the lives and property of the people, to create the enabling environment for the people, to at least to provide jobs for the people, to work in the interest of the people, not the interest of a political party. Let's ask ourselves a question. If you are useful and you have an idea, you have something meaningful to do, and not to come and beg the governor for a contract you don't merit, or to come and beg him for money, tell me which governor will shut the door against you. It doesn't work. They are not the only members of the APC. How come the door were open to some people and it's not open to them? It shows that they are not useful, that there are people who believe in doing things the old way by only sharing the money. Let's ask, most of these people complaining, they've had different positions before. What did they do with their position for their people? Let's
Only
ask ourselves that question. What did they do with the position for their people? If the people did nothing for their people when they had those positions, how come they now want a sitting governor to welcome them with open hands to come and do what? What are you going to do? Every governor or if you work, if you are a business owner or you were brought in to manage a wealth, you are the MD of the company. You have so many people in the company. Your door will always be open to people who are productive, people who have ideas to help you grow the company, people who have something to contribute, not people who only come for you to say, sign this voucher for me, I need this money to do this, without producing result with it. You will never do anything with those people. It is not about being, I am this, I am a former this, I am a former that. No. Being former this or former that is not our problem. We want every right thinking governor want people who are productive, people who have something to contribute to make to make his government successful, not people who only come to just come and dine and see, yes, money day, let's throw it like this. You remember, for the 8 years of our former governor, it was all about show. Today, Davido Benin, the other day, this is that. We were wasting all this for what? For entertainment, bringing Davidos and all that to Edo to do what? What are we celebrating? What are you using party for? When people were unemployed, some local government were owing 19 months. They never paid salary. I'm telling you of what I know, not what they told me. And we had a governor who was more concerned about bringing the likes of Davido and other to Benin to hold one party or the other. And you know how many million you pay them. That's how some SSA, the likes of Maliki and all that were there then. A lot of this money were planned for all these parties. For what? What are we celebrating? When people are in the street hungry, you will not take taxpayers' money to now organize party where they come and dance, jubilate, and drink and all that. So sometimes I don't know what is wrong with people. There's a high level of unemployment in Benin. You are not employing people. You are taxing people, and people are paying tax through their nose. You shut down a whole lot of small business owners, people who were just thinking of, who were just surviving on their daily sales. You shut them down. You drove them to the end. And yet, after collecting the little tax from those people who pay, from our market women, our bus drivers, and all that, you will now use it to organize a party. A party for who? What do we need party for? You live, see, you live in a civilized world. Have you ever seen where even the president or even the mayor of your city has ever organized anything that has to do with party to celebrate what? Sometimes I don't know how we think as Nigerians. You brought it in, and even if you were going to organize anything that has to do with the party or that, we have a whole lot of artists in Edo. What do we need Davido for? What do you need them? What do we even need the party for? You celebrated a victory party with your Edo State money. You wasted over how many millions of. I wish people know a lot of money that they waste every time then that they organize all those parties. Just because they have a governor who did not toy that line where he has to drive a lot of them. Do you know how much money work our internal generated revenue, how much those the former people were collecting, and how much they were paying into the cover up of the Edo State government? Peanuts. That's why they were able to celebrate 1 billion naira and acquire a lot of properties that they acquired. Nigerians should start asking questions and start thinking like human being for once. How can somebody who did not went to school, who has never worked anywhere in his entire life, he doesn't hold any business, celebrate that there is 1 billion naira richer, building businesses, acquire this and acquire that, and we'll fold our hands and begin to clap and say celebrate them? That's the high level of foolishness among our people. Now we have somebody who say let's do things well. We don't need to share the money. We don't need to do this. We don't
You
need
know,
to be the traditional Nigerian politicians who believe in
there
everything is
are
just money.
there are the few ones who are opposing him right now. Few of them that they believe that the policy of Governor Obaseki is in contradiction with their own legacy in the state over these years. Okay, according to statistics right now, more than 80% of citizens of those states are in support of Governor Obaseki. So the few of them are affected by the policy of Governor Obaseki. So it's crystal clear to all of us right now. And moreover, according to the news report today, that these people, Obaseki's supporters, they are all decamping with him to PDP. Okay.
Let's even ask ourselves this one. They said they had a meeting yesterday with the APC governors forum, with the governor, and I heard a statement from them where they said, I think what the appeal committee has no right. It's not in their power to do what they did, where they said they were upholding is a disqualification. The question is this: for you to see how why somebody like me. I like Oshomole as a person, but I hate every of his deed and everything. He's human being created by God. I love him for that. So we should love all. But let's ask ourselves a simple question: for you to see how foolish and how lawless they are. First of all, you disqualify somebody. He never went for any appeal, and your own appeal committee came up and said they were upholding his appeal. On what ground were they upholding his disqualification when somebody never appealed? You see how foolish they are. Sometimes I begin to ask, did they even went to school at all? And somebody who chaired that appeal committee is a professor. That's to tell you how far they bastardized our educational system.
With
Somebody is
corruption.
not happy. He never made any appeal.
That's it.
And the appeal committee were
announced
upholding.
it. Yes, he announced it. You know that he announced it. The governor didn't announce it by himself, but one of the representatives of the governor announced it that the governor will not appeal. But still, they still insist. Oh, God. They were still insisting about upholding his appeal. This man is not ready to appeal anything with the APC anymore. He has already moved on, planning to decamp to another political party. They should not waste their time. You see how desperate they are to make sure that they get rid of him from the party. Somebody like Obaseki was disqualified from APC. Who are the rest people in APC right now? I don't understand. Somebody that's supposed to be the pride of APC, just because of corruption embedded in the system, they can't even recognize who's supposed to bring prestige to their political party anymore. You understand that?
You know why? You know why the last of Oshomole is doing whatever they are doing now. If it was a place where things are done well, him being the chairman of the APC it would have been long. They would have thrown him out of that position. First, you came into APC in less than how many years that you are the chairman. APC has lost over how many states? They didn't have a candidate in Rivers because of his own. Do you know this same man that chaired the screening committee was the same man that chaired the committee in Zamfara? That APC did not have the candidate. The same man Oshomole used in Zamfara, the same man is used in Edo State now.
Really?
I'm telling you, the same man he used in Zamfara is the same man he's using now. And you ask, they didn't have a candidate in Zamfara. They have a candidate in Rivers. Even in what's the place again? Bayelsa. They didn't have the question I was asking. That's the reason why I see our judiciary as a total nonsense. Before the election in Bayelsa, INEC came to tell us that ABC did not have a candidate. That because they are lying, they cannot remove the APC as a political party from the ballot paper again because the ballot paper has already been printed. That was what INEC told us before the election. That APC don't have a candidate. That's number one. But after the election, they now called APC as the winner of the election. And when they already say APC did not have a candidate because of the matter they had in court and all that. Secondly, again, even after the election, do you know, as we speak today, the same man that made APC at the end of the day when they were able to maneuver that first one to lose Bayelsa, the same man, the man is still in the floor of the Senate till date. I want to ask a question. Is it not the same result they used to disqualify the governor when they used it because of his deputy? Because the issue of the result. Is it not the same result he used to become a member of the Senate? How come till date he is still a member of the Senate? If you don't know now, I'm telling you, that same man is still a lawmaker in Nigeria in the higher house of the law in Nigeria. He is a member of the Senate even till date. Even after the Nigeria, you see, in the case of Nigeria is a when I mean lawless country, and he has become more lawless since we had this president Buhari, and even the national APC chairman Oshomole. That's the reason why Oshomole can do all sort of nonsense he's doing, and he's going scot-free without nobody opposing him. You see it before the election in Cross River. Where you see him mobilize boys from Benin when he just became the national party chairman. He mobilized boys, and a lot of those boys that was mobilized that they sent to a Cross River. I know a lot of them. These are some people I knew a lot of them in Benin. Saw them when they were members of the play police and all that. Some of them will know. We saw the video all over social media. That's how they win their election. That's how they do, because it's someone that believes so much in illegality. You now ask a question. What do people who are from Edo State, registered voters in Edo State, APC members in Edo State, what business did they have to do with a state election in a Cross River? What, they are not INEC officials.
Yes.
They are not security agents. What is their business there? That's to tell you who this man Oshomole is. That's the reason when I hear, for anybody to still take his word serious, or for anybody to still see him as a sane person, it means that person himself that take him serious should be examined. If the same man who told us about 4 years ago that Ize Yamu is this, with vivid evidence, he even took an oath in the podium when he was saying all those things about Izeyamu, and which Izeyamu hasn't come out to deny even till date. Two of them have now come as a team to fight a sitting governor. It shows that these two people should not be taken serious. And who are the people supporting them? The talks, the touts, the people who are not productive, the uneducated people in our society, the people with no future, the people who have abused our mothers, our brothers, our sisters before. They are the ones celebrating and working with them. There's a word in English. It says, "Show me your friend, and I'll tell you who you are." Who are the friends of these people? You see them, you laugh.
You know what,
You
Austin? You know what? This what just happened a few days ago that Adanso Chomole and his people openly disqualify Governor Obaseki. It just shows that in Nigeria, the politicians, they don't care about the masses. They believe that they can practice corruption or openly in the country. Nobody will confront them. Since all these days, nobody is asking Adanso Chomole what he did. Okay, it shows that politicians in Nigeria can do whatever they want. They don't care about what the masses are saying. They don't care. In most cases, we know that corruption is being practiced in a very covert way so that people will not know, in a kind of a covert way. But this one was openly practiced, that you, the masses, you can say whatever you want. We don't care about the masses. That is what they meant by their action. I've never seen any country, a democratic society, that will openly practice corruption like this. Okay,
the
it's because of the disregard they have for the masses. Otherwise,
the
I don't think Oshomole will be bold enough to openly practice corruption. He don't believe, and sometimes he used to preach whatever the constitution. If really you believe in the constitution, you believe in the rule of law. I don't think Adam Oshomole will be bold enough to come outside. Look at what he said even before the screening. Before the screening, there's one video that I watched on YouTube. The way he was talking, it was crystal clear to me that this man purposely brought those lecturers, professors, and lawyers to the screening just to disqualify Governor Obaseki. He said that
the
in advance. He said that in advance that it was the first time that they ever invited professionals, lawyers, and professors to come and screen aspirants. How can a sitting governor, incumbent governor, be screened along with new aspirants? This man
the
was,
truth
yes, go
the
ahead.
the truth of the matter is very funny
Mm.
for people who do not understand what is going on. Is for they can't deceive somebody like me,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
me. I don't care what some people used to say, what they say. I saw somebody's comment said the party comes before the people. That's to tell you how backward some Nigerians are backward in their own way of thinking. Political party are set up for the interest of the people, not for
Oh,
their own interest.
oh
There is
no.
not there is when there is no political party without the people. Just like the way there is no governor, there is no leader without the people. It is the number one agenda, the number one, the most important thing. The only reason why you have leaders is because they are there to serve the people. Everything about leadership is about serving the interest of the people, not the interest of a political party. A political party is useless without the people to serve. Will you tell me now that the likes of the AAC, another political party in Edo State, are they useful now?
Not in Nigeria that they serve the
Are
people.
they useful? But
Not
the
in
truth, see,
Nigeria.
that's how it's supposed to be. But why will he be so when we have Nigerians who believe that the party or their so-called godfathers or their oppressors that they are loyal to will serve the interest of Nigerians or the interest of the Edo people when they themselves have slave mentality? That's the issue. See, we are the one to deliver ourselves. Until we start thinking like human being, these politicians will not start treating us like human being. The reason why they treat people the way they treat them, these politicians, is because they've discovered that the people are pleased with the little they give to them. The people are pleased with the way they've been treated. It is you, when you are treated poorly, that will reject and say, no, I don't want this anymore. You understand? You are supposed to serve my interest. Most Nigerians see what they are supposed to see as a right, as a privilege. Why they see a privilege as a right.
Right.
Nigerians can talk when it comes to other country, protest or say things from outside. Like the way I saw some foolish people in the street of Lagos protecting the killing of the black man in the US. When the Fulani herdsmen are killing people in Nigeria every day, they've not been able to protest or do anything. That's to tell you how backward backward our people are, the way they think. You understand me? You look and you tell them. I have always asked a lot of them who support this movement of Oshomole and his team. I ask them a simple question: what are you fighting this sitting governor for? Give me your five. Just give me 5 reasons why you don't want Obaseki to continue as a governor. They will not be able to tell you anything. The only thing they will tell you is party this, party that, party this, party this, party that. It's finished. They can't tell you anything.
They said they can't assess him. That is only the excuse.
You ask them, assess in what way?
They said they can't assess.
That word is relative.
You know what they told me from a reliable source, very reliable source, when I interviewed one of Isaiah Moses supporters. According to them, they said Governor Obaseki implemented a kind of application process whereby before you see the governor, you have to fill out you have to fill out application. You have to fill out application to see the governor. Okay, filling out application. Even in the West, you cannot access the premier. Like in Canada, for instance, we have premier here that is equivalent to the governor. You cannot just call the premier and he will answer you. You should pass through a kind of a process. But in that case, they said that the previous governor was accessible, that anybody can walk to the government house. They just ask the person a few questions. They will allow the person to see the governor. But in the time of Governor Obaseki, he made a policy that gave preference to people to fill out application, and the application needs to be approved before they can see the governor. That is what they told me.
See, whenever politicians complain that a particular person is not a political office holder or as a governor or that, as the case may be, is not accessible. The accessible they are talking about is not just only about seeing me one-on-one. The accessibility that they're talking about is they cannot get money from him the way they used to get, or they can no longer get all those illegal projects that they will not execute. Like they can no longer get it from him. The question is this: is he working or not? Or not? Yes, he's working. Look at Edo State, for instance. Look at how a lot of offices, all those government-owned offices, has been totally changed, given a new facelift. Or is it the different schools in the state where he has been able to do even a mini state stadium in all, to be able to at least to create that enabling environment for sports in the state? Are workers paid on time? Yes. Are civil servants regretting? No. We know how it used to be. When local government staffs were holding on over a year, some 19 months, almost 2 years, salaries they didn't pay. I have friends that worked in the local government, not one, not two, a lot. A lot of them were almost 2 years salaries. They never paid them. Is it like that now? No. What do we want? We are all clamoring and praying for a governor or a government that will serve our interests. But is it governor serving our interest? He may not totally have done 100%, but to a very large extent, to the little he has been able to do, we Edo people are totally satisfied with the little. My own team, if it's just only dislodging the talks from our streets, and also the people, the so-called CDA, the youth chairman and all that, I'm totally satisfied. If it's just only that tool he has been able to do, I'm totally satisfied. We know how it used to be. I know a lot of youths lost their lives through this issue of this community stuff in Benin. The issue of community stuff was another different thing entirely, where you can hardly stay 6 months in Benin without hearing of one crisis or one problem or one death, somebody being killed in one community or another in Benin. Sometimes even in the state, in the entire year, you see houses were burned. They'll burn houses, burn cars, burn everything. You see them just doing all that just because of community. You ask, we are Edo people, people that believe so much in tradition. We are from a kingdom, the Great Benin Kingdom, a place where you have elders. You have the Otionwe, you have the Enogi, and you have elders. Youth, small children, the little children who never went to school, who just believe that they can sell land to acquire wealth or to acquire wealth that they cannot manage, became the ones that were selling community lands, now dictating for elders of the land on how to do things. Is that not the height of abuse, height of stupidity? Where you have elders. When I was growing up, they say where you have elders, when they are sitting, the children or the youth sit behind them. The elders
Yes.
are the one to take the decision. Go and look at what they were doing. The so-called youth chairman will sell and not think of something and say they should go and give Otionwe or give a Ndogi. Share so and so stuff within his boys. It is forbidden as a Benin man that you are the one that shares something for an elder. It's not done. You be Benin and you know the way they do now. You don't sell something and begin to say, elder, take this. No. It's forbidden in our land. And that's why a lot of them were dying anyhow. A lot of them were dying anyhow, dying untimely. Because why? Because they don't have respect for the rule of the land, the law of the land, both traditional laws and how things are supposed to be done. There were people who were killing anyhow, killing people unnecessarily. They create confusion. When they are hungry, they sold the land to you. They sold the land to you some time ago. Because they are hungry, there's nothing to do again. They'll look for another buyer. Sell the
Yes.
same land
Yes.
for
Yes.
another buyer. You now
Yeah.
see the two buyers will now start fighting themselves and seeing themselves as enemies. And let me get this now, let me get this one. You know a lot of people that killed, that lost their life throughout those processes. Where sometimes some of them will sell one land for almost about 10 people.
Yes.
A lot of
Yes.
people till date have not still been able to get their money as we
Yesterday,
speak now.
the show we did
Till now.
the show we did yesterday, some people testified their own personal experience with the issue of CDA those days. That one person, you have to buy one land how many times? One land, you buy one land how many times? If you want to mold block this week or today, they will come and say, oh, we need money, street money, chairman need money. So they will give money to chairman. Then tomorrow, if you come back again to come and mold another block, maybe only one cement bag of cement you are using to even repair your house, renovation, they will ask you for money. So it was just too much. The abuse was too much in Edo State. Not Edo State, I think in Benin. I would say Benin because I don't know what was going on in other parts of Edo State. But in Benin, I think majority of us were victims of this CDA thing those days. But today, we don't have that anymore in Edo State. You don't have to drive along Ring Road now. Anybody will harass you like before. That you can't. As a citizen of Edo State, I was born and raised in Edo State. First time in the history of the state when I visited in 2013, I was not able to drive through Ring Road. Sometimes we have to go take a bypass Ring Road when we are going somewhere just to avoid those so-called boys that were cluttering the streets of Benin. I was wondering, I said, this is not the state where I was born and raised. Okay, I began to ask questions. They said, oh, we have a governor that brought all these boys to the streets of Benin. I said, what is this? What is going on here? Huh? So this governor came in and believed that these people are not supposed to be dominating the streets of Benin. He got rid of all of them, dislodged them from the street. They said the problem of those so-called Oshomole boys or ward laws is what brought the beginning of this problem between Adas Oshomole and Godwin Obaseki, according to a reliable source, that they were complaining to Adas Oshomole that Governor Obaseki is not accessible and he came to remove their income, their source of income from them. Because definitely Governor Obaseki removed them from the street because they were making hell of money from the street. They will be happy. You can't expect them to be happy. People who live by corruption, people who make money through corruption, and the governor came and implement policies that get rid of all those unjust or unfair way of making money in the state. You think they will be happy? Of course, they won't be happy. That is the thing. And in order for the governor to please the masses, he has to make a drastic decision, okay? in order to please the masses. In that case, you don't have to please everybody. Right now, the main people who were ruling or managing the affairs of the state before, and the governor came and removed those positions from them, and they are not happy. They can never be happy with the governor. We know that, all of us, we are aware of that.
The truth is this: every political position has its own time frame.
Mm.
It is not kingship like our Oba Bene that you stay. It's you that is hereditary, where you stay till you transit to meet your ancestors. The truth of the matter is this: every one of them complaining now are not useful to the Edo people. Ask me why. Let's be very, very sincere with ourselves. All of them that has held one position or the other before, let's begin to ask them. See, when people are coming out to tell me somebody is not doing this or not, that is not doing well with his position, ask them, the position they had before, what did they do with it? See, this things, sometimes when people talk, I begin to ask myself, say, I ask and say, come, did this boy even went to school at all? Do they, even if you didn't go to school, do they even think? I'm telling you that somebody in a particular position is not doing well. And when me, I've had a position before that the people voted me into. I was there for 16 years, position was 16 years. I don't have any single project or any legacy, even in my local government, apart from 17 some greedy leaders who the state did not belong to. The state belongs to the people. If you want to serve the interests of those greedy leaders, let them open a company for you where you work for them and you continue to serve them. Edo State is a state that belongs to all. Nobody is more Edo than the other. So Edo as a state belongs to we and over 4 million people in the state. We need to think of how to build a state or a nation where even our children tomorrow, when they grow up or when they come up and be able to say daddy and mommy, when they start asking questions, we'll be able to talk to them. See, whether we like it or not, because our parents folded their hands some years ago, that's why it got worse to this state. We now need to wake up. We came together and fought for Oshomole. That's how he became a governor. Oshomole did not become a governor based on because he was too rich, too strong, or too this. It was the Edo people that rallied behind him because they thought at that time, or because we thought at that time we needed to do things the different way,
Wait.
where we need to change the narrative and we need to change differently and do things the different way and not the way they've been doing it. That's why they all came together. A lot of people lost their life. I know of somebody that lost their only son. The boy just graduated, all because of they wanted a change. That's how Shomole came to power. But when he came to power, the same God, the first he started was to start fighting the godfathers. He fought the likes of Igbinedion and Nene and others, and a lot of others fought them to a standstill and said yes, say no to godfatherism. But what did he ended up doing? He came to empower talks in our states and gave our revenue to people with little, with people with no education, people with high level of thuggery, people who believe in force. You gave them our revenue to begin to
Yes.
collect our money. My question is, if these people are really productive, they are really useful, let's ask it. Let's answer this question. Which person that is useful will be able to make 1 billion naira and still be complaining of starvation in just less than 4 years? If that person is useful to himself or to his people, you are complaining in less than 4 years when you collected revenue for almost 8 years and you celebrated 1 billion naira. Or is it the person that was there as an attorney general, as a commissioner? All the money you accumulated, you've done all that, even as a local government chairman and all that. What did you do with it? You know what they do? Send their children abroad. You know why they are angry now? Because we have a governor who is thinking of how to create the enabling platform for our children to study and to create. Go and look at our schools. Everything has taken a new shape. These people, their children do not school in Nigeria. They
Definitely.
don't do anything. The last of Idaagbon is children are schooling abroad. Or is it the 1 billion naira man that relocated his family to Canada? Who among them that you can say yes, they are doing this? We are asking people, is the governor, are the people able to assess the governor? Yes, they are able to assess the governor. The governor is almost out every time, doing one or two project or the other. That should be our concern as a do people, not the interest of these greedy people who do not know what they are doing, like the member elect House of Assembly members that who were elected into office to serve the interest of their people of their constituency. They went announced they've been in Abuja for a year now. The people that elected them to serve their interests they've not done anything. And where I'm even more angry, why I call our country a lawless state, a lawless country. They've declared their seat vacant for over many months. INEC didn't do anything to conduct a by-election, and they followed due process before declaring the seat vacant. They went to court and said the governor must issue another proclamation and all that. The court didn't do anything. The court upheld that you cannot issue through proclamation. You cannot. And after we speak, the governor did not stop them from for them. It didn't stop them from being inaugurated into the house. They just totally just stay away because the so-called greedy man who they have and they are saying is their godfather has refused to tell them to give them the go ahead. And this was the same man who impeached a whole speaker, with just 5 members. This is the same man that relocated a whole House of Assembly to government house, and he removed the roof of the House of Assembly. He has forgotten so soon. We are not dumb. Even if some people supporting him are so dumb to still be clapping for him. Not somebody like me. I'm not dumb.
If they can fool many people, they cannot fool all of us. Honestly,
I'm not dumb. They can fool the fools that are supporting them, not somebody like me. You impeach a speaker, a duly elected speaker, House of Assembly, which just impeach him with just 5 members, not even up to 10. You impeach him with 5 members, and later you were also the same governor that removed the roof of Edo State House of Assembly. You removed the roof, and you now told them to go and be sitting like an errand boy in government house. Now he's not talking about that. He's coming to say the governor, this is government, that the government. If you weren't satisfied with the proclamation by the Edo State, you went to court, and the court didn't do anything. They told them that the governor cannot issue 2 proclamation, and the governor said he is not stopping any of them from being inaugurated. Until now, they stayed away. Nobody came, and they've declared their seat vacant. You see how lawless our country is, and that's the reason why the likes of Oshomole and all that are doing whatever thing that they are doing, because they see Nigeria as a lawless country. You hear the governor said that's why I didn't take MP, because you already know that Oshomole said is the court, is the Supreme Court, is this, that. You've heard a lot of statements, even the way Oshomole talk. He talks as if he's even the president. The way he talks, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria don't even talk with so much power or so much audacity like the way Oshomole come out every time to talk. And this was the same person that had issue with certificates. And at the end of the day, our Ministry of Education was burned just because of the issue of his own certificate.
Really?
They come out and yes, I'm telling you, did they not? Well, it was done because is it not the period he was having the issue of his former certificate that they went to burn our Ministry of Education? That's the time. Is it not this time?
I'm gonna Austin. I don't want to cut you off, my brother. I saw some pictures of Wike and Governor Obaseki. I want to flash it so that our audience can also see the pictures right now. Let's see what is going on. People are writing some things about Governor Obaseki and Wike. Let's look at what the news is saying right now, okay? Because the articles just came in. The article just early this morning. I didn't see anything like this. People are writing now, based on this meeting with Wike. So the appeal committee presented its reports to the National Working Committee headed by Adams Oshomole on Saturday. The committee, led by Dr.